Welcome back to Journey On. As always, Pastor Karl and I are here to talk about things happening with Journey Fellowship.
Yes.
And we just had it's Monday, the 22nd of September, and we just had a 45-minute conversation. So we've had a great time. Hopefully you did too. In that time frame. Yeah, it was really good. So we got to see a new iteration of the Karls in Bismarck on Sunday. So normally we have big head Karl,
Right.
but this time we had sideways head Karl because the video was turned to landscape mode. So now your side head Karl, I guess, would be. You were still upright. I mean, you weren't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did everyone just
you had a wider video this time, so we could see all of your hand movements and.
Oh, good. Oh.
Yeah, it was very important stuff, and the video came through just fine.
Cool.
We were talking before we recorded. You'd mentioned at the beginning, so I'm sure folks in Fargo and Bismarck, you said that it was your third take. So maybe someday we'll be able to get the blooper reels of the first couple takes.
That's exactly what it is too. One was I forgot I didn't have my notes in front of me, and that was the second one. The first one was I said, "Nice to see you all," to which I responded, "Who am I kidding? I can't see you guys at all."
So there it is. We just got live blooper reels.
Those are the bloopers. Those are the two. Yeah.
Well, good to have you back. Happy to have you to come to the next message. The message that you did give. So let's start with that, if you could. The powerful unclenched fist. And
unclenched fist.
Yeah, and I'm gonna open the curtains up here a little bit and tell everybody the way that I usually prepare my notes to talk with Karl is I get the notes that he emails out, and then I'm there for the message, or I watch it online if I can't be, and then I go back to Karl's notes and use Jim's notes. Like I take notes and then we talk about them here. It didn't work out this time for me to do that, so we're going to do this a different way. What we're going to do is just have a conversation. Here's what I took from the message, and rather than going piece by piece,
sure,
I really took a lot of the concept of what is our response to what's happening around us. And I wrote that phrase out because there's the key things. Our, who is us, response, like when we talk about our response, what does that mean? And then the idea of what's happening around us, because there's a lot happening around us at all times. And what do those things mean? So the first one, our, like, and so first off, does that encapsulate the theme that you had in mind or that was coming to you for the message?
Yeah, our response to the things happening around us. I would say that would be a good subtitle for sure.
Okay. So our is us. We are the church family, and I believe that's an important place for us to start. Not that we're exclusive or exclusive. So we're not excluding anyone, and we're not saying we're better than anyone. But this is who we are as a family. And I think I think that some of the thoughts that I had throughout the message and after, unified front feels more, and you talked about this in the message too, that feels more like an offense than the words that I'm trying to say. It's a unified set of ideals, a unified front makes sense to me. But again, that feels like we're marching to war, and I certainly don't feel like that's the intent behind it, but unified somehow in these thoughts that we have. Yeah.
Unified, and you're exactly right. So our in our response to things happening around us, the our is the Christian family, not just Journey Fellowship, because we are a Christian family. We're family, right? Remember that? Was that 5 months ago? Family.
Maybe that could be a future series where we could extend that out to 4 family.
That'd be really nice. If we could do that,
we'll
I would like to get it up to 4. But that's so if we profess to being Christians, what are our responses to persecution, to people that are our enemies? Because the Bible, Jesus tells us, he says they're going to hate you because they hate me. Well, okay, someone who hates us, I guess that'd be an enemy, right? What are our responses supposed to be as Christians? Because I know what our knee-jerk reactions are
Hmm.
as
So,
human
right.
beings. Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
as though I was going to say, so yeah, let's talk about that word responses. So a
Hmm.
knee-jerk reaction, that's great that you use that. There are short-term responses, long-term responses,
Right,
the
right.
immediate person to person, the bigger picture responses, because uh, good example for that, if we're talking about what's happening in society, the war that's happening around Israel and Palestine, right?
Yeah,
That's how do we respond to that? Because as
yeah,
an individual member of Journey Fellowship and as a Christian, I might have emotions about that. I might
sure,
study some facts about that.
sure.
So when we talk about a response, it's the outward appearance, right? Like it's how we're because my internal response, I don't know if it's an internal response, is it really a response, or is it how we're reacting outwardly? And I feel like that's kind of what we were
Yeah,
talking about through the
yeah,
message. It was the outward, this is how I am reacting. This is my
sure.
response to what we see. And I think it's important that we keep that in mind, not
Yeah.
politically necessarily, not to be politically correct or to gain favor from anyone, but just the
No.
idea that is this how Jesus would want us to be seen if we're honoring him?
So I love the fact that you alluded to or actually said directly that we have kind of two responses, potentially two responses.
Mhm.
There's our inner, actual, authentic response, gasp, right?
Mm,
Or
right.
anger
Hmm.
or whatever. And then there's our perceived, how we perceived our response, how we're
Well, you put
as
it much better.
Christians.
Thank you. That's very
What?
well put. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So ideally, we would want our heart response, our actual, our
Mhm.
authentic response to be our
Right.
perceived response.
Right.
So, and that's the challenge, isn't it? That's why we bring that to God and say,
Yeah.
God, I am mad, I am confused, I am angry,
Hmm.
and I love Jim. I tell you, I love this. Probably halfway through the year, where are we at? We are July, June.
Well, we're
Halfway through
almost.
the year,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Halfway through the year would be June, July.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit gave me this um, idea for another message that we are the hands and feet. That's not it. We're the hands and feet. So when God wants to give us a hug,
Hmm.
he's going to use his body's hands and feet. That's
Hmm.
us. So
Hmm.
when God feels you need a hug, he's going to use your wife's,
Hmm.
mine, one of your church families, somebody, so you can physically feel, that hug. When you
Hmm.
need a punch in the arm and God wants to punch you in the arm, he's going to use, kick in the shin.
Right.
When God needs to whisper, "I love you," he's going to use our voices. And I love that idea that when we're struggling, because there's a lot going on in the world today. There always is, but it just seems like it's culminating to
Hmm.
something right now, just past events and so on. And it is perfectly okay to say, I'm scared, I'm angry,
Hmm.
I'm confused, I want to be physical, I want to curl up in a ball. Man, those are
Hmm.
all perfectly acceptable responses. How does God want us to respond? And then we work as a family, as a body, we
Yeah.
work towards that. Yeah.
That's amazing. I want to touch on emotions, and I think we've talked about it here on the
Sure.
recordings before. But and I know you and I have talked about it. The idea, I believe we can't control our feelings. When a feeling happens, and I don't know how to explain it. I don't have the science behind it, but a feeling can happen. I might feel sad
Yeah.
for no outside reason. It's just a feeling that happens. But it's our response, our reaction to it, and
Sure. Yep.
how we act on it that we do manage, and that's what God expects of us. I really like the idea of um, growth. Growth as a Christian is taking that what I know is the outside response that Christ would have and bringing that internally. Like,
Sure.
because the more I do that, it's like a muscle, right? The more I do
Yeah.
that,
There you
it
go.
it continues to build and grow, and then eventually the switch will flip.
Hmm.
Something will happen,
You're right.
and
No,
I'll
you're
have
right. You're right.
I'll have the reaction in my heart that aligns with the one that's outside. So yeah, no, that lovely. I love that idea.
So I want to tag on that because I really, really love what you just said, and it really helps culminate
Hmm.
what we were talking about last week is when we talk Galatians 5:22-23, right? The fruit of the Spirit, our
Hmm.
responses, how we as Christians, what we grow, what people see, love, joy, peace, right? Patience, all of those things Jesus says in John 15, he says, I'm the vine, you're the branch. When you abide, when you attach, when you stay attached to me, ready? The fruit is
Hmm.
my responsibility. Jesus says, I will take care of the fruit. So what I heard you just say, you didn't actually say the words, but this
Yeah.
is what I heard you say. When we stay attached to Jesus, our fruit, the way we respond, becomes a natural thing. We don't have to eventually, right, through growth, we're going to think, oh, that's horrific. It's not anger, it's love, it's
Hmm.
it's patience, it's all those things that becomes our response.
Yeah.
Our inner
Yeah.
response and our outward response are the same thing
Yeah.
when
Get
we
those
stay
aligned.
attached to Jesus. Yeah, I love
Hmm.
that. That's awesome.
Well, my commitment is I'm going to stop doing any preparation for these shows because that that was the best conversation I feel we've had possibly ever. So thank you for that. And the third component to that is what's happening around us.
Yeah,
And I mean, we could spend a few hours giving the checklist of all the things, but it
good.
has to do with how we view what's happening around us. From my perspective, I've heard people say they just quit social media and they quit watching the news and
Yeah,
they detach. If that's a way that works for a person, I think that's great. I don't find that to be a healthy way for me to be because then I feel anxiety about not knowing.
yeah.
Now, I'm not a big social media guy. I do keep in touch with the news though, and I want to have conversations about what's happening
Mhm.
because we have opportunities with that to continue to hone our souls.
Sure,
The whether it's the Charlie Kirk or the wars or the
sure. Yep.
preparations for wars or all of the school shootings, all
Yeah.
the things that happen all around us, and that we continue to see. Well, I don't. I know that it's easy to see those as well. It's just evil and it's the degradation of society and there's nothing we can do. I can feel overwhelmed and helpless about those. And
Sure.
also, uh, we can have more discussions about
Great.
where we're at and how we can respond and how we can serve others. So yeah, and I don't know if you have other thoughts about the idea of what's happening around us, but it's
Mm.
a lot, right? I think we can agree on
It is, and I would say not to. I agree with everything you said. I think everything happening around us are all potential opportunities. Whether we want to see them as opportunities or not, that's really up to us. And I will say that God gives different people different passions. I mean, take a look at next time we're all together. Just look around the room, and there are
it.
some people who are passionate about music, or some people are passionate about kids, or passionate about computers. There are people that are passionate about computers. I still can't, but I love
And
them,
there's,
and
there's
hopefully they
people that are passionate about woodworking.
right, right. Yeah,
What?
who'd ever thought there were, right?
Yeah.
Passionate about yard work, all kinds of
Yeah.
different passions. There are people that are passionate about foreign ministry. There are people that are passionate about domestic ministry. And by that, I mean there are people who say, man, I'm going to take care of these kids in my backyard. And there are other people who say, there are people right now that have never heard the name Jesus. I'm going to try and reach them.
Mhm.
God gives us different passions, and that's exactly right. I mean, you're one of those people that you're a passionate person. You want to know what's going on, so you know how to feel and what's going on in your world. This is your
Mhm.
world, right?
Mhm.
And then there are others that it can become very overwhelming. And I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong. Uh, whatever, it's kind of whatever works for you. If people need to distance themselves from social media or distance themselves from the news, you know, I would say if it's a big news story, you're gonna hear about it
Right.
somehow.
Right.
Um, but I think they're all opportunities, and they're all opportunities for us to grow. If something fires you up, you're looking at social media or watching the news and you're getting angry, well, you pray for patience and you pray for love, and God's giving you an opportunity. So,
Right.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
God's game show when we get up there is going to be you asked for it. That's going to be the name of his game show, and
For
he's going to show
300.
us, yeah, all the clips of you asked for it.
Yeah,
So
you asked for it.
yeah.
Oh, I think about that a lot. Just recently, I've been talking to some friends about different things, and there's a lot of hurt in this world, and there's a lot, like you said, there's just a lot going on. Sometimes it's personal, sometimes it's national, sometimes it's worldly,
Mhm.
and uh, or community even. And I give, depending on who I'm talking to, if they're younger than 50, I give it more years. But if they're around 50, I say, you know what? In 50 to 60 years, we're going to be in heaven laughing about
Mm.
this. And it is true. We're going
Yeah,
to be looking back going, man, we tried so hard and we never stood a chance of understanding it all. And here we are
right,
still.
right.
So it's going to be
Yeah.
great.
Whew. Well, we've done a lot of good review. A couple other things on the review. Thanks in Bismarck to everybody that participated in the potluck. It was
Yeah,
a brunch potluck, and I
it's
would like to suggest that we do that often because it was really good food. Really, and
awesome.
we have a new I forget what her title is, but she's overseeing the potlucks now. Sue Keller here in Bismarck is
Enforcer was the last word.
enforcer. The
Yeah,
potluck. Well, you don't want to start anything with a P if it's a
no,
just the initials. Well, whatever. You know what? It's her. She could choose a title, whatever she wants. She could
let her
change it
have
every
her own
month.
title.
Yeah. So thanks to her and to everybody that participated. And we also had in Bismarck a visitor from the God's Child Project that spoke for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
Bonnie. And I'm sorry, I don't know what Bonnie's last name is, but she came from out of state. She was visiting some folks and talked about the program and the charity and what they all do and some fun things that were happening. So yeah, so those are some cool things that happened. I
Yes.
assume things went well in Fargo. I haven't heard that
Yes.
the church
Yep.
fell apart or anything yet. So
Not no, and I was just over there today. It's still together.
still
So
together, doors where they're supposed to be, lights turn on, everything's still
yep,
good.
yep, yep.
Awesome. And just a quick jump into the future now. October 25th is the grand opening in Fargo.
Correct. And
That's
we are
still
on
the plan.
schedule. My wife and I have our punch list, and she reminds me of my punch list. And I have some volunteers lined up to help me with our punch list. So October 25th, there should not be a list.
Excellent.
Fully
Uh,
punched.
Fully punched. Excellent.
Yep.
So coming up this Saturday and Sunday, and because we got into the conversation we did, I forgot to mention this to you. So this is maybe a surprise.
Oh,
The thing I want to bring up for this coming weekend. Do you know when the Vikings play this weekend?
yes, yes, I do. Sunday
Yeah,
8 or 8:30, right?
8:30 a.m.
So we've canceled church, obviously.
Okay, okay, that's what I was curious. Like, do we need to meet at 6 a.m. so we're done in time? Do you want to meet later? Do you just want to forego
I
the
think
message
we'll,
and put
yeah.
the
We
game
could just
on?
put the game up there, sure.
Yeah, you
No,
could talk during the commercials. I'm sure we'd be fine with that. Or the replays. Really, so during the, let's say, hour and a half that we're all together,
yeah,
if the game is playing, then there's probably only about 12 minutes of actual play time while we're together. The rest is
right.
commercials, replays,
Yeah,
injuries, all the silly
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Are you going to be okay? That was my question. You going to be
I'll be
okay?
all right. I'll be all
All
right.
right.
I had the opportunity to be down at this last game, and
Oh, mhm.
I'm really glad because I had one thought that kept ringing through my mind. It was loud in there. I mean, the US
Oh,
Bank
yeah.
Stadium's a loud stadium. I
Hmm.
think the the Minneapolis Miracle was one of the loudest crowd events in recorded history. I heard that somewhere. I don't know if it's actual, but I do know that this last game was the second loudest that US Bank has ever been,
Oh,
second to the Minneapolis Miracle.
wow.
And
That's exciting.
it was raucous and I kept thinking I was so glad to be there. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. I'm a
Mm.
Carson Wentz fan, Adam Thielen fan. I love that whole thing. And I kept thinking we get so there's what was it 60 some thousand people getting wound up over
Mhm.
this game. It was a fun game, ended just how it's supposed to. Wouldn't it be cool if we could get people to get that excited about Jesus Christ and the victory that we have in him? I just kept thinking that and I'm like, man, it is
Yes. Yes, and you're scaring me that you want to have a mega church now. And I'm telling you,
No, no,
Carl,
no.
please don't.
I just want people to get that
Yes.
excited.
Okay,
Like,
good, good. If you
yeah.
show up in like a sparkly suit and there's smoke and whoa, oh, I also had this conversation as we were kind of winding down the potluck. I saw a gadget in our kitchen that I've never seen anything like it before. I had to ask Aaron happened to be there. I had to ask him
Okay.
what that was. It's a coffee bean grinder. I've never seen one in that configuration before. It's really
Oh,
fancy.
oh,
And
fancy. Well, then I've got to see it too.
so, we thought of maybe, I don't know if we want to do commercials, but here's a good opportunity to talk about it. There are churches out there that have, the stage production, they've got
Yeah,
multiple camera
yeah,
angles,
yeah.
they have, people walking around with gimbals and getting the exact
Lighting.
shots. They've got the lighting, the smoke,
Hmm.
they've got all of this production that goes into it. How many churches in Bismarck, in the area, maybe in the state,
Sure.
serve freshly ground coffee
Right.
from the best brand in the entire
Yeah.
region, possibly country, possibly world.
Not
At
to
fresh,
overstate, but
yeah, not to overstate it, fresh at no charge.
yep.
And it's us. We are
Yeah,
Journey Fellowship is the one. So
we
everyone
are.
come on
Yep.
in, enjoy the coffee, and you'll get a side of wholesome message to boot.
There you go. Wow,
There we go.
that was well said. I wish we'd
Yeah.
had a little background music behind that. That was really
Oh, I could do that in post production. I'm not
okay.
going
There you
to,
go.
but I could. Yeah, we could take that snippet out at some point, and we can make an ad of it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
All right,
Matt will enjoy
so
that a lot.
okay, let's talk about what's coming up.
Sure.
In this the next few weeks, you said we have a kind of a unique opportunity for a
Yeah.
kind of a shorter
Yep.
series.
Call it a
Tell us how
mini
it's
series. Can we
yeah.
call it a mini
A mini
series?
series. Oh, that if
Remember those?
yeah, I do.
I don't know
I
if they
love
still do
them.
those, but yeah, Thornbirds, I think
They're
was
called limited runs now. They're
oh,
limited run
limited run.
series.
So this is
That
a limited run. We're gonna do
limited
a
run
limited,
series if we're going to keep it.
AKA mini series. And I don't have a yet. I don't have a
Right?
snappy title for the mini series. If I were to describe it, it's what it means to be a Nazarene, the three core beliefs of our denomination, the Nazarene Church.
Nice.
And
So it
this
is
week,
Nazarene. Okay, go ahead.
oh, sorry, this week we are going to cover. Well, I'll tell you the three core beliefs. It's Christian, and then it's holiness and missional. And we're going to go through those. This week, we're talking about what we mean as a Nazarene when we say we are a Christian church. And I'm really excited
Nice.
about that because we get to
Yeah.
talk about Jesus. And who doesn't love talking about Jesus?
We all do. We all do.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm excited for this. It gives us kind of a bigger picture
Mhm.
of this. I always think of it as an umbrella
Sure,
to
yeah, I do too.
like there's a number of churches. So from that perspective, then, and I put you on the spot here a little bit,
Sure.
the Church of Nazarene, we're part of a region, right? There's a region or couple. Is there a couple states?
We're part of the Prairie Lakes District,
Prairie Lakes District. And
Prairie Lakes District,
do you know how
and
many churches are within that approximately?
oh wow,
See, that's the on the spot thing.
I can tell you the district, and then you can kind of guess. Okay,
Okay, sure.
it's all of Minnesota,
Uh-huh.
all of North Dakota, all of South Dakota.
Okay, seven. There's at least seven. At
Seven,
least seven. Probably many, many more.
probably more. Our
Yeah.
district superintendent would be shocked to think you were there seven. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he really doesn't do it. He needs a pay reduction. He's not doing
That's
anything.
right.
Yeah,
Come
you
on,
can
Steve,
get more.
step it up.
Come on.
Yeah, it's there. There's quite a few
Yeah,
actually,
sure.
and yeah.
So we're part of that group, and then
Yep,
that region is part of, a larger group and a larger group, and there's
correct.
international at some
Yep,
level.
and it's worldly, it's international.
Yeah.
Church
So
has it.
to learn what that means, not so that we can make sure we comply. That's not what this
Right.
is about.
No.
I guess I'm putting words in your mouth. I believe
No.
that that's probably what you mean. But it's more about this is what that means for us to be part of. And yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm excited. I'm excited to
Good.
learn
Good.
about
I
that. I
am too.
also just realized that there's a legitimate word, missional.
Missional.
And I spelled it right the first time. So yay
There you
me.
go.
High five. All right.
Self.
Self five. So we've had a lot of conversation, a lot of things that we've talked about, some things that are coming up. Excited for this limited run series that we've got, and
Right.
as we wind down and move on with the rest of our weeks and look forward, will you be here? Oh yeah, you will be Sunday because
Well,
you said that you'd be part of the band, so
Yes,
you
I
you
did.
will not let us down. I'm sure of it. And any final thoughts as we wind down and prepare
Yeah,
for the rest of the week?
I do have a final thought, and it has a lot to do with the last part of what we just talked about, what it means to be a Nazarene and and Christian in specific. The answer to I would like people to. I've been doing this a lot lately because I've been doing it myself, so I'm challenging people to do the same thing because I really believe the Holy Spirit can illuminate things
Mm.
when we ask, when we say, God, I really want to know. I'm searching this thing. And the thing I would like people to really take to heart, do some soul searching, is how do you answer this question? Who is Jesus Christ to me?
Ooh.
I'd like people to just answer that. And I don't need to know your answer, but
Mhm.
and it doesn't there's churchy answers. Oh, he's the savior of the universe, creator of the universe. Well, sure, he is all that stuff, but who is Jesus Christ to you?
And
Uh,
there's no word count limit. You can make it
no,
as many
no,
words
I
as you
think,
want. Yeah.
yep. And you don't even have to turn in your homework. Just answer the question honestly and authentically,
Yeah.
and because we'll be talking about that. So,
Beautiful. Well, this is some good stuff as always. Thanks to those that take the time to watch with us.
mhm.
If you run out of time, remember you can click the little button and make us sound like chipmunks by making it
Oh,
twice as
right,
fast.
right.
By the way, we did not do that in Bismarck for the video this last week.
I'm
I
sure it
can't
came
speak
up
for
though.
Fargo. I can't speak. I don't know what happened, but but we appreciate the engagement that we have with this, and let us know if there's anything else you'd like to discuss, or if you want to come on and have a conversation. Even if you just want to come on for the pre-show and have the conversation before we
Yeah,
record, that'd be fun too.
that would be fun. Yeah.
Always excited to grow with everybody else. So God bless, take care, and we'll see you soon.